So, you know how I just despaired because I couldn't find a red piece because the app said it had to be red. It's the PDF instructions right there. This is the same phone that didn't work before. You'll see it's bright green. I'm going to make this, but I am going to basically rant about Lego because red-green colour blindness is a thing, and I'm not actually colourblind. But that is a dirty trick, and the first instruction isn't even the same as the instruction on the app. Like, get your shit together, Lego. I'm going to leave up the other video in which I call this a failure to launch because, fuck it, it is. Like, how hard is it to get app instructions correct? Like, I get it, it's hard. We all do hard jobs. I'm a chef. My job is not exactly easy. So I get it, like, stuff is hard. But seriously? Like, to me, this doesn't feel like a minor fuck up. This feels like sending out raw chicken instead of a chicken schnitzel. You know, the type of thing in which someone should lose their job, be fired out of a cannon into a wall, and never spoken of again. Now, I'm not going to blame Lego too much about that, because I get it. Lego clearly sucks. This is only... So I had a friend buy this kit for me. He lives in the UK, and having it shipped to Australia cost like £92. The reason I had to get it sent from England was that the Australian availability was basically non-existent. I didn't get in fast enough to buy it. And, you know, okay, cool, I get it, I suck. Like, by the time I knew this existed, it was already gone. That's my fault. You know, clearly Lego is such a rare commodity, it being small plastic bricks that are made in factories, that they couldn't just have this as a standard kit. This had to be some sort of invitational hand job or whatever because, well, screw it. There's an island full of people that love Kaakaapoo, and we cannot have those people happy or satisfied for any reason, because reasons. You know, Europeans suck would be the reason I go with. Sorry, I should probably be showing you what I'm doing. So I'm making this little brick right here. The only problem is, between my dodgy ass eyes and the tininess of these instructions, this is going to be long, slow and ugly going. And if you joined me for my last video, you realise that I kind of suck at doing this. This is not my day job. Now I'm confused. Okay. There we go. Traditionally helps if we hold things in the right orientation. Sorry about my meat hook hands getting in the way. I did try to get smaller hands, but they were all out down at the shops. And that is always awkward. Can't really kick up a stink at the hand shop. I mean, they'll just kick you out. Fair enough. I get it. Okay, so we'll throw that part into a corner, and now we're building this weird piece of shit. So, what I was actually going to rant about was something that I thought was kind of cool and exciting and a little dirty, and it's the Te Maori language. There we go. Almost thought I was missing another piece. Oh, Lego, you don't want that to happen. Why do I think we're making the baby guy first? Maybe we are. Anyway, this is what we've made so far. An interesting pattern. So, I was going to get all excited about that because it turns out that the Te Reo word for okay. The Te Reo word for internet is, and I'm going to absolutely butcher this, so I just want to apologise to all Maori listening. Sorry, guys. It's Ipurangi. which is the source of a spring. And I think that's really cool, like in ways that I think are very difficult to articulate in the English language, because it kind of feels like it is expressing the idea that, well, not everything is, like a lot of Maori ideas kind of keep flowing back to water, rivers, streams, stuff like that. It's also a very figurative language. Our word for nations, iwi, literally means bones. You know, your nation is your bones. You know, the hidden source of your strength, etc. If you want to get all metaphorical and shit. And I think I've already expressed the fact that I do like to get all metaphorical and shit. And I think it's very interesting that, you know, when you start learning, you know, as I relearned today from having spoken it as a child and forgotten all of it, I didn't understand a lot of science, a lot of Western science. Science in inverted commas. It's not real science. It's not Moratangi, for example. It's just some nonsense that white people made up. But they constantly come back to, it's like that stoner bit done by Bill Hicks. We're all just we're the universe experiencing itself, and we're all just matter vibrating at different frequencies. So that's fundamentally true. And it's really interesting that people who are derogatorily referred to as Stone Age primitives have an entire worldview based around everything being waves. And then eventually in the 20th century, quantum physics catches up and they're like, oh, by the way, it turns out your entire worldview and your philosophy was right in ways that we didn't understand because we're a bunch of hillbillies. And here we go. I've just discovered I've put this in the wrong place. So, how long was that before the first mistake? Possibly a new world record. I said 7 minutes. I don't think that's a new world record. I think that's a personal best. So that needs to go there. Well, we should have put that piece down first. Okie dokie. This is we're up to so far after 15 steps. This may end up being an hour-long video, and I don't really care. I'm going to upload it as one hit because that's just how we do. So, this way. You know, that really doesn't look right. That's why that doesn't look right, because it's not right, because I didn't make a mistake. I thought I was wrong, but it turns out I was mistaken. We'll just smash this whole thing into pieces right here, right now. So that actually does need to go there. I forgot an entire step, or rather I ignored an entire step, because, well, doing things properly is annoying. Okay, how's that? Looks right. And I'm more of a tactile person. I kind of like to hold. I like to hold things. Hold me against the night. Reminds me of a story I was thinking of it earlier tonight. About writing. I'm not going to express the idea right now because it needs a bit of polish and some thinking. Oh, so it's two of those on there. Right. That's where I got confused. I got confused because I'm an idiot. But that's okay. We're all stupid in unique and magical ways. And if you think you're not stupid, I've got news for you, and it's all bad. Everybody does really dumb stuff every day. And we all just try to ignore it and carry on, because otherwise we have to deal with the horrific realization that everyone, including people you hate deeply, are flawed individuals. And sometimes that means these flawed individuals have redeeming features. Not necessarily. I'm not going to sit there and say that Charles Manson or Scott Morrison have redeeming features. But there is a distinct possibility that they almost might, if you turn down the lights and squint your eyes, not be completely worthless sacks of shit. Yeah, hypothetically, of course. I wouldn't go so far as to say that this is a certainty, but it is possible. That doesn't mean we have to hate them any more or any less than we currently do. But it is a thing worth bearing in mind. I think we're making the butt. In fact, I've just come to the conclusion that we're making the butt as I look over at the box. I'll show you the box art, but you can kind of see it. I get the feeling that this piece is the butt. Kaakaapoo butt. Which really, as we all know, really is the tastiest part of the Kaakaapoo. I'm not saying I would eat a Kaakaapoo. I'm just saying, if you got one spare, I wouldn't say no. I'd also like to eat people, push comes to shove. Not like, I'm about to storm the barricades and start eating people, but, if the option came up and, everyone was okay with the situation, with the exception of the person who's going to be eaten, I kind of think they don't have a vote. Because clearly, wow. But, in a situation, in a society in which you could eat people, it'd be fine. And I don't just mean a survival situation, because I think a lot of the survival situations in which people get eaten, they didn't really need to eat that dude. It was kind of, well, we could not eat him, and, well, we're not going to not eat the dude. Because a lot of times in survival situations, it's usually indigenous outsiders that get eaten. Which, this is definitely looking like a butt. We are making Kaakaapoo butt. And we put the long bit down the middle. Okay, what have we done? Why isn't that working? That's why that's not working. I made another mistake. Welcome to these videos. I am not a professional. The only thing I'm a professional is a chef. That is the only thing in the world that I get paid to do. Everything else are kind of, maybe I'm good at, maybe I'm not. And for me, this is like a form of relaxation after a shitty day at work. COVID is not the best, well, about to say COVID's not the best time to be a chef, but that kind of implies that there is a best time to be a chef, and the best time to be a chef is never. If you're thinking about becoming a chef, don't. That is my advice. If you have loved ones who wish to become chefs, don't let them become chefs. This job has cost me everything. So that appears to be everything. So we now want to making a new bit. Part 23. What I like is the inordinate amount of faith these instructions have in my ability to do things. I mean, it's misplaced. It really is misplaced. That being said, the app can't tell the difference between green and red. And while that may be due to the fact that I have a phone that is... from a less than popular manufacturer, it's running a known operating system. I appear to be missing... Am I honestly missing a part? No. Ah, that's what's going on. Okie dokie. I'm just flipping my lid because I am tired and these things are ceasing to make a lot of sense. But that's okay. So, we want... Okay, that one needs to be green. That one needs to be that colour. And then these need to go here. I definitely feel like I'm making the butt. Kaakaapoo butt is fine as butt. Hopefully that looks right to you. Doesn't necessarily look right to me. Okay, then we stuff... Yeah, this is the main body of the butt. Okie dokie. Now, so I'm going to take this piece. So I want to assemble this like this. Okay. I will say this, the people that design this are clearly madmen with almost no redeeming social graces. And I say that with all the love and respect they deserve for, once again, not being able to make the app right. Because with Lego there feels like a lot more pass and fail than there really is. I mean, I'm sure if I was to rage tweet more at Lego, I'd hear something along the lines of, well, it's meant to be fun, you can just have fun. It's like, I can just have a lot of things. So... excellent. So that's gone around the wrong way. Because it is 11:15 at night and I am building Lego. Which is clearly a sane and rational thing to be doing. But yeah, this is definitely looking like we are making the Chonkosaw's body. Yeah, it's step 33. Okay. They are our spare bits that I will find myself the traditional spare Lego parts thing. And I will throw all the spare parts in there. Surprisingly large amount for a Lego kit. That being said, they're all ones, so I'm guessing I think you can lose them. This video is persistently going to sound terrible if you have headphones, because bags. If I was any good at editing, if I could edit, I could probably edit the sound, but this, kids, is pure potato vision. Okay, let's just professionally push that down, because that's how professional we are. Whoops. Maybe I should be using something other than an upturned coffee mug. Nah, that sounds crazy. So, I need to be able to put 5 down one side of this guy. This is the other thing, like, yeah. They tell you the size of the piece you're going to use, and it's like, I'm not counting. Like, can we make them all different colours, please? I haven't really, until I did the space shuttle, I hadn't done Lego in 30 years. And so this for me is the rediscovering of a childhood joy. And here comes our traditional interruption from the cat. Hey, Tabowie. That's right. Between my big arms and your fat hairiness, let's just see if you can get in there. Yeah, this is why I should probably learn to edit stuff, and it's also why I'm not going to. Because I think this adds to the vermicity of it all. What other YouTube video is honestly showing you Lego being made while there is a cat getting up in everyone's business? Like, you don't get that on them professional channels. What, them with the monetizations and the professional layouts, etc. The ones who would probably have discovered that the app didn't work on their phone before they hit record. The ones that would sit there and go, maybe I shouldn't piss off Lego by leaving this video up. But I'm not those people. I am not in any way, shape or form those people. So then we want to put another green piece. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, okay. See, this is what I mean. I'm looking at a normal phone screen and these instructions, and yeah, I mean, apart from the fact that the PDF kind of is, Lego instructions are not particularly intuitive. If you do find them intuitive, you're wrong. Then just in a general, everybody gets to be wrong about things. Nobody's perfect. But the thing is, like, a lot of people jump to Lego's defense and go, oh, it's just like just like IKEA, their system helps dyslexic people, and I got a big problem with that. Not helping dyslexic people, that's fine. I'm not going to get into a fight over picking dyslexic people, but my pillow's called the Woodpecker, which I don't associate a woodpecker with a good night's sleep. And the reason I know this off the top of my head is when I was a kid, there was a rifle I was trying to shoot with that was made by Husqvarna, and it was called the Woodpecker, and I haven't been able to find reference to it online. It's just this crappy single shot 22 from like the forever ago, and it was labelled on the side the Woodpecker, which for like a tiny little 22 rifle is one kind of adorable. Like, let's be honest, that's almost an adorable name to call a rifle. And two, it kind of feels like it makes a bit of sense. So I am so confused right now. Okay, yeah, and so once again, I don't associate the term woodpecker with sleeping, because if nothing else, it's going to be a woodpecker which makes a rhythmic thumping noise as it slams its face into a piece of wood. Or it's like, like I said, it's this Husqvarna rifle from when I was a small child. Huh? Oh, okay. Like I said, this thing is really starting to give me a headache. That's okay. You deserve a headache. You're a bad person. Just kidding. You're all bad people. You, me, that guy over there, we're all bad people. All the good people are long dead. I know that because we hunted them for sport. Okay. I think this is how this is meant to be going together. I'm shingling it together. Hopefully getting the right order, because there's a part of me that's like, you will fail if you do this wrong. Because as we know, everything in life is a pass or fail. Love, the universe, everything, it's all pass and fail. Somebody doesn't love you, you failed. Somebody does love you, you failed. Just normal, everyday, healthy thoughts from the mind of me. But in all seriousness, these... Like, they're doing stuff like this. So putting this elbow piece in there is being done, and putting... Might as well do the whole thing in one hit, I guess. So those two things, separate steps that I just put together, they're labelled on the document as one. Like, that's all step 43. And so it's like, well, where is going why and and I'm confused and scared. Okay. Now we attempt to click these two pieces together and find out that I've made a fundamental mistake that prevents them from clicking together. Nope, it just requires more force. Chunky, chunky, Kaakaapoo. Chunky, chunky, chunk. I'm just going to assume that the only reason people are continuing to watch at the 23-minute mark is because they like the madness I'm displaying. I mean, if you don't enjoy the madness, I'm afraid that's all we really got going on here, kids. All the normal people ran away in fear. They got scared at the cannibal jokes. Which is really sad, because they're not really jokes. Cannibalism is no laughing matter. Unless you eat a clown, in which case that shit's funny. That goes there. That one goes there. And we want green, black, green. And don't worry about the swearing, kids. I actually label these videos as not for children. Which I know doesn't mean anything. It's not going to protect any child from hearing me swear or carry on like a lunatic. But that's pretty much all I can really do. Just stop young people being scarred by my Australian English skills and my ability to just swear and swear and swear. So don't worry too much if you're worried about the little kids wanting to watch somebody build Lego. Like, I use a splash, well, screw it, you've seen the splash screen. Like, there's no way a kid is accidentally stumbling onto these videos and watching me swear and carry on and poorly build Lego. No, it's not. They are, one, the target audience, and two, I've done everything I can to stop them from tuning in. You know, at this point we can just blame the parents. George Carlin style. Parents need to be blamed because they're full of shit. Okay. So, I want this piece. See, I'm sure once you put everything together, the instructions make sense, but that's not how instructions are supposed to work. They need to make sense while you're doing it. And it almost feels like they don't. Which, you know, okay, cool, I get it, Lego. I am not the target audience for this Lego kit. I am not the demographic you want. I am somebody who swears and carries on and gets upset when the app doesn't work properly. And what you want is someone calm and rational who goes, well, maybe it's not my fault, maybe it's not their fault. Like, just going to put it out there, you could have actually, once again, like in Australian dollars, this kit is $180 landed, and they couldn't even be bothered. Like, this is all the instructions you get. So get building instructions. It says download the app. It doesn't say you can go to their website and download the instructions. So if, like me, you're a naive little maniac with autism who reads the instructions and it says go to here and download this, and you go there and download this and it doesn't work, your first reaction isn't to sit there and go, well, I guess I wonder if they have a PDF on the website that I can download. You go, fuck, really? It's broken? Like, and the whole thing is, I already tweeted about it and did a bit of a rage thing because, well, fuck 'em. And I'm guessing I'll get a nice mealy-mouthed platitude about... Right, so... Nice mealy-mouthed platitude about, well, what you need to do is... You should have done a check, compatibility mode, to make sure your phone was compatible with no. No, what you should have done is provided me with a motherfucking instruction manual. Like, they give you an instruction manual with the creator kit to make the Apollo that you can see in the background. That comes with an instruction manual. Bricklink one didn't. I don't know, maybe it's part of the mark. The mark itself does not provide you with instructions because you're meant to be clever enough to have gotten this. You should be clever enough to... You should be clever enough to navigate the interwebs and find out all the information without us holding your hand, which is cool. Then why bother including instructions? Like, if we're just going to assume that I'm smart enough to do everything without requiring Legos. Assistance. I am so confused right now. Okay, I'm going to show you why I'm confused. This bit does not look like part 61. As soon as the colour balance is in. Like, it doesn't look right, but it has all the parts. So I don't know. Okay, we'll just keep building, and I will assume that this is, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, so with the PDF instructions, I've actually done it correctly, but because of poor 3D modeling on the PDF itself, it doesn't look right. Which means they've fucked up the perspective. Which, okay, I get it. Perspective's hard. But, like, I'm already using cut down low rent instructions. And I'm going to just keep slagging off Lego with this. I'm already using, like, low rent instructions that do not make a lot of sense. And to have the perspective on them fucked up is just like, I need you to be embarrassed, whoever made this. Like, I really need you to see this video, to sit through this and watch it, and I need you to feel ashamed at what you've made, because I don't think there's any other path forward here but through whoever made this feeling very bad about themselves, because it's not bad perspective. Like, okay, is that really a terrible thing that, you know, we really should be hurting this person's feelings with? We all know what I'm going to say. Yes. Because this is already hard enough. Okay? This is almost endurance Lego building at this point. I've been at work for 10 hours today. I decided to improve my problem-solving abilities with a gin and tonic. I'm in a lot of pain because of some post-viral stuff from my brief bout with not COVID. So, like, you know, I'm also autistic, and I have ADHD, and so all this is not working in my favour as I try to build this. So this really is kind of like building Lego the hardest way possible. And I'm still persevering, etc. But, like, throw me a fucking bone, Lego. Like, have the app work with the right fucking colours. You know, help me out. Sorry, I've put this off screen because I'm a terrible person. More chunkiness. I think that's how it's going to go. It still feels like it's going to go like that. So somewhere up around here we're going to get to the head. Okay, and that appears to be everything. Yeah, that was just connecting those two together. Okay. Put spares in there. And noise. We need bag 3. Once again, profound apologies to people that are wearing headsets in this. I'd feel bad, but, you know, this is already a struggle street for me. It's also 11:30, so that's another reason I'm going to sit here and say, well, as me, you should all be amazed at my elite skills as I make you sick by moving up. Okay, bear with me a second. I'm going to see if I can do something a little bit better with this camera. Maybe something I should have done earlier. But did I mention that this was kind of spontaneous? Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is kind of spontaneous, and the whole potato giving apologies. But yeah, this was never going to be a professional production. I am not going to suddenly go viral and be a huge YouTube celebrity. I am just a dude who likes to make Lego, complain about the Lego company, and create stuff. I find creating stuff kind of relaxing. I mean, also the other thing is, I'm painfully single because of the neurological conditions I just mentioned. So, if I had a partner, I would currently be boring them to tears, with me just mumbling away while I build Lego. As I don't have a partner, instead I'm going to harass you, the internet. So yeah, congratulations, you are now my surrogate partner. How does it feel? Sorry you had to find out this way. Wow, not really. Everybody had to find out eventually. No, it's just like, so you want the double-sided ones. Then there's the other thing that kind of does my head in. So we have this one, which is and they're the ones we want. And they look almost identical if you're tired. Once again, the important thing to remember is you don't have to build Lego tired. I'm doing it because I'm an idiot. You don't have to be an idiot. In fact, I'd recommend not being an idiot if you have a choice. Not everybody has a choice in the matter. So if you don't have a choice in the matter and you kind of have to be an idiot, look, I don't blame you. Okay, so this is the beaky bit. So we are definitely making face. That needs to go there now. Wait, what? And I fucked it up again. So that goes there. Beaky boy goes there. Snuffly bit goes there. Sorry. And then this whole bit gets stuffed on there like that. Thank you, Maui, for coming in to inspect. I don't know what we would do without you here to inspect and block both my access to the camera and my phone. Okay, you don't want to be patted, so you're going to bite me if I try to pat you. You just want to get up in my grill. Okay, I understand. I hate me too. Yeah, dude, you're in my way, but there we go. Everyone should get a cat. It will not teach you anything about consent. Anyone that sits there and says, people need to learn get cats because it teaches them about consent, have some really ugly ideas about consent. A cat does not teach you about consent. A cat is a fuzzy little animal that basically will do whatever the hell it wants and treats you more or less as an expendable part of its life. And I think a lot of people need that. They need to not be the most important thing in something's world. And that's what a cat does. A cat makes it very clear that you are not the most important thing in its life. They are 100% convinced, regardless of their abilities, that they can survive without you. And they will act like it. And that's kind of cool. It's a little bit less stressful than having a dog. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs. I would love to have a dog. But dogs act like their survival depends 100% on you. They're a different type of social creature. And yes. So it kind of, yeah. That's why cats are cool. Because everybody needs to be reminded they're not the most important thing in the world. Repeatedly. And I say that because so many people wander around like they are the most important thing on the planet. And that's cool, but you're not. Like, you are so not. I am not. None of us are the most important things on the planet. Oh, man. Oh, right. I'm sitting here going, great, it doesn't actually fit. Perfect. But that's because there's a piece missing, because, of course, there's a goddamn piece missing. Okay, so... Fucking hell. I'm not having fun. There we go. Maybe I am. There we go. Yay, facey piece. I'm guessing that just goes... What, like... Haha. So, oopsie. Okay, now we're building a whole bunch of under pieces. So we need 2 of these pushed together, and 2 of these bits. Sorry, this is not being very descriptive. Like I said, not a professional. This is not my job. This is just some shit I do for fun. So I'm sorry you guys don't have the best view. On the bright side, apart from my hilarious continual mistakes, you're not really missing much. So that gap is always going to be there. Okay, that's okay. So I guess the funny thing is, as soon as this is built, I get to make a wonderful little YouTube video, a tweet, saying, it's okay, I wasn't missing a piece, it's just that... Right, okay. It's just that the app sucks, and made me think I was missing a piece because LEGO are not competent. And 100% that's the stance I'm taking. LEGO, you suck, do better. You know, I know it's hard being Europeans. This probably was your 100% best effort. But like I said, this is kind of... like, this really is an unforced error on LEGO's part. So that can get stuffed there. Get stuffed there. And... okie dokie, that is what we're up to. I really need to find a better solution for this camera. What if we lift it up with some putty? Is that going to work better? Well, look, at least you're not staring at the ground, which we'll take as a win. Alright, so... anyway, I like to think that me mercilessly berating a multi-billion-dollar company with staff in the thousands is character building for them. I like to think that after being mercilessly teased online by a dude with a YouTube channel that has subscribers numbering in the 20s, that after being bullied so deeply and so aggressively, LEGO will be able to bounce back from this and do better. I mean, I'd say they can't do any worse, but I'm not sure. They probably could, you know, they could probably dig deep and really pull out some stupid. I really love these little angly brackety bits. So that... they really went all out with these weird little... I'm sure the effect is going to look amazing once I've got the thing put together. I mean, it's going to have to look amazing. Like what? Well, of course I made a mistake. I think I would have learned by now. But that's on you, not me. Okay. See what I mean is there's all these little singular bits where it's literally stuffing little ones on top of other ones to... well, you get the idea. I don't need to berate. That's how that goes. Yes, that is how that goes. So then we put that piece there. Fucking hell. Need you to understand that, like, the change in shade that we're dealing with here is, like, it is frustrating in the extreme. Once again, look, I'm sure the effect, once I get it on, is it will look amazing, and we'll all be like, oh my god, the Kaakaapoo is so real. But at the moment, it feels like it's taking the piss. It does feel like a bit of a piss take. God, so hostile towards Lego. What did Lego ever do to you? How long you got? So, pink bit goes... See that pink bit? I have a feeling we're not going to see ever again. So now I'm a little bit like, well, why did we go to all the effort? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that pink bit's not going to be seen in... No, I don't... Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see that pink bit ever again. So, yeah, wonderful to have put so much effort into making sure it's there. So, then this, another singular. That, and you know, once I've got this side of the face on, I think I'm going to call it a night, because I am, 1, absolutely exhausted, 2, absolutely exhausted, and 3, really perplexed as to, okay, so, I say really perplexed, I'm semi-perplexed as to where to go from here. So I'll make this a 2-parter because, you know, disappointment. I guess they're like that. Like, once again, this is probably going to look amazing once it's all together. Just right now I can't see the forest for the trees. And I'm not going to burst into Marilyn Manson song. Even though part of my brain's like, no, it'd be cool. Like, no, Marilyn Manson is a sad rapist. It will not be cool. If you did not realise Marilyn Manson is a sad rapist, I'm sorry, this is how you found out. Also, how is me talking about something the first time you hear about anything? I don't even play that many video games. You can't even really get upset about me spoiling things like that. Okie dokie, so... Yeah, I don't think we're actually ever going to see that piece ever again, that pink piece in there. I don't think we're going to see that ever again. Sorry, just test fitting pieces because that's the type of person I am. Okay, so we need to put this. Alright. So now we're making the eye flange, which, as we know, is a normal part of bird anatomy. Eye flange. And then that goes there, like this, and little curved pieces keep throwing me for 6. Lego should not be curved, it should be straight. Death by Eurasia. Okay, and a black one on the bottom. Problem is, once again, like, Yes, they look very cool. They are also awkward as fuck to get into place. Maybe they're easier for people that don't have hands that meat hook abortions. Unfortunately, my hands are just meat hook abortions. This goes now. And then we put that in there. This really this feels so ridiculously fiddly. Not even so. Wait, what? Okay. Well, just to show the fiddly little assembly of this guy. And then I'll just throw that one on the ground. Don't really need it. So that. Like, I have a feeling someone's going to build one of these on a normal channel. You're going to watch it and be like, oh my god, that's what normal sized hands look like with the Kaakaapoo. Like, that is one side of the face. And now we just attach. Okay, that looks like I'm missing a whole bunch of parts. How the hell did that happen? Okay, so guessing that needs to go there. And then that piece goes in there. How does that look now? Do we still have a huge gap in the Kaakapoo's face? Yay! All the parts are just going to fall off. Amazing. Okay, so that needs to go back on there. I'm just trying to find this step that I've missed. Huh. That's why. So this should be pressed onto now. And there should be that piece there. So when this is put that whole side piece does not feel very stable to me. Old Kaakaapoo mate feels a bit like a glass cannon. Okay. Okie dokie, so that takes us up to bag 4 for tonight. I am going to call it there because I am tired and this shit's kind of difficult to be working when you're tired and no sleep. So thank you very much for hanging around for the last hour. We're about halfway through, 116 steps through on this Kaakaapoo build. See you guys later.